Hey everybody, this is George from the Miller School of Music. Today I'm going to be doing video 2 or lesson 2 of the rock classic Stairway to Heaven. So let's get started. So basically first lesson we left off on after the first part of the intro. So now we're on that second section that goes into the C and does the walk up. So basically we start with the open A, second fret of the A string into the third fret. And if you don't know how to play a C, so our C is going to be the third fret on the A string, second fret in the D, open G, first fret in the B, and then open on the high E. All right. So we're doing basically our. If you watched the first video, we talked about the arpeggio patterns. So this would be arpeggio 1. We talked about just going straight through. So that's A, D, G, B. This would be on the inside strings instead of the top strings. So the only thing is there's a variation that he does on the first time when he plays this is he skips the B string. So instead of going A, D, G, B, he actually skips the B string and goes to the high E. So it's A, D, G, high E. All right. Then the next chord, we're going to go to a D chord. And that's going to be the arpeggio 2. So that's the one where you play the thumb and the ring together. And if you don't know your D, you're going to play open D, index, second fret of the G, third fret of the B string with your third finger, second finger on the high E with your second finger, and you're going to play ring and middle together on the ring or thumb and ring. So thumb on the D string with your right hand, ring on the high E, and then you're playing middle on the B string, index on the G, and then back to ring by itself on the high E. And it's going to look like this. Okay. And then next, we're playing an F major 7, which is going to be third fret on the D string, second fret with your third finger, second fret on the G with your second finger, first fret on the B with your index, and then open E string. And you're playing that same arpeggio 2 pattern. And it's going to look like this. Okay. Then next, we have this little lick, this A minor lick, which we're going to play the open B string, hammering on to the first fret of the B, and then you're going to land on the second fret of the G string with your second finger. So it's going to look like this. Okay, then we go back to the pickups to C, open A, second fret on the A string, into the, now this time with our right hand we're doing that arpeggio 1 on the inside strings, but we're not going to do that variation where we skip the string. So we're going right up through the chord. A, D, G, B again. And then this time we're going to play a G chord. All right, so with this G, because we're not hitting the A strings, we're not going to need that index finger on the A string. So all we really need is our second finger on the third fret of the low E and third finger on the third fret of the high E. And we're going to do that arpeggio 2 pattern, but this time we're going to do a different string set. So we're going to use our index on the G, middle on the B, ring on the high E like before, but our thumb is going to be on the low E. So I call these the outside strings. So the pattern is going to be the same, where we're playing the thumb and the ring together, and then you're going to play the B, middle finger on the B, index on the G, and then back to the ring by itself on the high E. So it's going to look like this. Okay. So you want to keep that third finger down after you play that arpeggio. And we're going to do this a pull-off. So we're pulling our third finger into the second fret with our index on the high E. So third fret, we're pulling off to the second fret. And you want to use, with your right hand, you want to use your thumb on the D string to support that, to fatten that sound up. So you're playing that open D underneath the pull-off. Just like that. And then you're going to strum the chord twice. You can either strum it with your thumb, or just use all your fingers. Then we go back just like the first time. We're going to do the walk-ups to C. This time, again, we don't need the variation. We can go right through. And same thing, we're going to play the D again. The arpeggio 2. Back to the F major 7. Same arpeggio pattern. All right. Then the same thing with the hammer on. Back to the walk-ups again. arpeggio 1 on the C chord. Now this time we're going to do the D chord, but we're actually going to do arpeggio 1 on the top 4 strings instead of arpeggio 2. And then we're going to play an F major 7 chord, and we're going to strum it 3 times. Or whatever you prefer. So let me play it through. So I'll do this slowly. So again, we're walking up, walk up to our pickups to the C. And that's it. So this concludes the lesson for today. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for some more videos, and I'll see everybody shortly.
Experience quiescent extinction to the full.